Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to episode 3 of Glow Up With Us, season 1. And today's episode is called Book Club because we all have our books right here. We all are reading The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. And we just wanted to kind of dive in a little bit on our perspective on the first chapter, which I believe will help definitely a lot of people and starting off their new year off right. We all have these goals, and it's like, how do we accomplish these goals, and how do we not come up short, and all that stuff. So with that being said, I don't know if you ladies want to dive in on any special notes that you have. I do have one. Actually, I have a couple, but if there's something you guys wanted to bring up first, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Um, yeah, sure. I guess the first thing that I wanted to talk about was what the 10x rule is and what it means, and that there's two steps in the 10x rule, or two rules rather. And the first one being always doing everything with massive action, doing everything 10 times more. So if you work in a cubicle and make phone calls all day, and the person next to you makes one phone call an hour, you're making 10 phone calls an hour. So that was the first rule. And the second one, I forget it now. I'm sorry, I have it written down. How did I forget that?
That's okay. You're on a roll. I'm loving it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's about thinking.
Our mindset. Yeah. So getting your mindset ready for this. You can set a goal 10 times larger than a normal goal, but you need to have the correct mindset in doing so. And that's where he explains that he failed, was not having the correct mindset going into it. So you can set all these goals you want, but if you're not ready for it mentally, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
That was a big thing for me. Just those two rules, two steps. They're super basic.
Yeah.
And if you
paragraph.
take a goal, say this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make 10 phone calls a day, and then you make your 10 phone calls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it was a really powerful chapter because it was almost like a whole book in one chapter.
Yeah, it really was.
Like, wow, I can't wait to read more because, it was such a good start. And it was really basic, but the first thing that caught my eye was when it said, get what you want in greater amounts. We set low targets, and then we still, we hit those, but it's still not what we want, really.
Right. Yeah.
In the Latanya, how you always like to say continued success. He commented on that. It's just always ongoing. Always trying to achieve something more, something you haven't achieved yet. And I like it better than Think and Grow Rich because that one helps with the mindset a lot, but I don't think I needed to read the whole thing. Not because I'm a genius and I was there already. But I kind of just got the point. But as soon as I read this book, it was I didn't want to put it down. It's really universal. It's not just about money or anything like that. You can use it for everything. But it's just a good rule to live by. And it's easy to understand. Really easy to read.
It is an easy read. Kind of like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That's another easy read. But yeah, I definitely, so what is your guys' thoughts versus, I loved when he talked about how, at least when you set goals, for normal people, when they set goals and they come short on them, they come up short on them, they come up really short. At least if you have a goal and you 10x it, say my goal right now is for 2021 is to make $100,000 a month by January 1st, 2022. So it's okay, so if I listen to Grant Cardone, my goal would actually be to make $1 million a month by January 1st, 2022. But it's if I come up short on $1 million, that's a lot better than coming up short on $100,000 a month, because if I come up short on $1 million, it might be 500,000, it might be 600,000. It might have initially blasted through my first normal goal. But then you have those people that are I don't think we should set goals that we feel we can't reach because then people get discouraged. So what are your guys' thoughts on that? Like, should people set higher goals, or should they reach or make goals that they know that they can reach, and why or why not?
I want to pull something specifically from the book that I feel like can explain this. I had written this down and it's on page 3. He says, extraordinary by definition means anything outside the realm of what most normal people can do and achieve. And of course, that definition would then depend on comparing yourself. And before you say, I don't need extraordinary levels of success, or success is not everything, or I just want to be happy, or whatever else you may be mumbling to yourself at this very moment, understand something. In order to get to the next level of whatever you're doing, you must think and act in a wildly different way than you previously have been. You cannot get to the next phase of a project without a greater mindset, more acceleration, and extra horsepower. Your thoughts and actions are the reasons why you are where you are now. So it would be reasonable to be suspect of both. And I think, just wow. Wow. That's powerful. It's long, but it's absolutely powerful. And that really just was like, yeah, you need to set your goals that your neighbor, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your best friend isn't making. Set your goals 10 times higher than the average person. Do more than the average. Be extraordinary.
Yeah, and I think that's the only way people are going to really succeed at what they're trying to do. Like pushing through. Like a lot of people, oh, there's so many examples out there. I don't know, but it's like so many people set those ordinary goals, and then it's like they don't reach them, but then they don't feel successful either. But then when they have the extraordinary goals and they do come up short or they don't reach it, then they were like, wow, I feel like I actually still really accomplished something, even though, I didn't reach it fully. That just made me think of what you were saying. But
I had the
Oh, sorry,
Tanya,
go ahead.
exactly. No, the part that you said, Tanya, I had the last part written down about your thoughts and actions are why you are where you are right now.
Yeah, I think it's
And it is like, it makes you think.
I have that
like,
one written down too, and starred.
like, it is all my fault. Like there's no one
like,
to blame. And I like how it said no one else can judge your success. And I think that also is why a lot of people probably don't even try, because they are competing and not dominating. I like that part. We need to dominate what we want to do instead of worrying about the guy next to us. And then limiting the amount of success you desire. Like, I need enough to be this happy or to get by.
Right.
All right, yeah, I'm going to get right by you.
Right. Yeah. Yep. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I feel like when we've set these goals and we succeed, that we think we're just done. Like, okay, we accomplished that. We learned 10 words a day. You know what I mean? We did it for a week, and now we're like, yep, that was successful. And then like stopping, like success continues. Like, now you did that, and I'll learn like 15 words a week. And like keep increasing your goals. Don't stop. Just keep increasing them.
Right. And I think people are like, oh, they're so successful so they can stop what they're doing. No, like success is an everyday thing. And that made me think of something I wrote down. I said, should I be happy with the love I have for my children and wife yesterday, or should I continue to create and pour it on in new amounts today and tomorrow? It's like, okay, so just because you got married doesn't mean your marriage lasts. Just because you got on that first, that wedding day or the honeymoon or whatever, you have to continue to work at it every single day. It's a work in progress every day, no matter what it is. Marriage, your kids, your job, your goals. It's an everyday thing. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm successful and I'm done with life and it's over and I did it. No, it's like you have to keep doing it every day. It's like consistency type of thing. But
yeah, it doesn't just happen one time.
Right. It doesn't.
But I like you don't get points for yesterday's game. Like that kind of thing. Did you hear that before? Like, it doesn't matter. Yesterday doesn't matter. What's going to work for tomorrow?
Continuing your success. Being like, yeah, I scored 20 baskets yesterday. Well, it doesn't stop there. You don't get an NBA scholarship by only making 20 baskets in a game. Gotta
Right.
keep making them.
Yeah, he says a lot about how getting success and then being able to keep it. So I think that's really important.
Yeah, maintain and all that as well.
I thought this was really cool. It was just a quote that I pulled out of there, and this is located on page 4. It says, an interesting thing about success is that it is like a breath of air. Although your last breath of air was important, it's not nearly as important as the next one.
Right.
And that was like, I don't know, kind of just hit me in a good way. It's like, wow, you don't even think about that. You take breathing for granted.
Mm-hmm.
And you just expect that next breath. And I think a lot of people in life kind of just expect things to happen, expect things to fall in their lap, or they expect to be promoted just because they're pretty good at their job. And you can't, you can't just expect these things to be given to you. You have to work for them. Just like you have to take care of your body in order to keep breathing.
Yeah.
That's a super cool little quote, and I just wanted to share that.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely, yeah, I liked that same one. I mean, the whole thing was good.
I was about to do my journal the whole chapter out, like every sentence highlight, the whole book is going to be highlighted.
It's very eye-opening, like, and it does change your mindset, and it's like.
And I like the little exercises.
Yeah, at the end. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, did you guys fill them out?
I didn't fill it out, but I was answering them mentally in my head, which I almost didn't. So I'm learning.
Yeah,
I didn't write it down, but I at least thought about it.
Let me see.
And I did look him up on Google, so I thought that was.
Nice. Yeah.
I don't know, something of me.
Let's see. I put a little bit of work there.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
yes, a little scribble.
Yeah,
But I like how it's not it's not intimidating at all. I think that would be the best piece of advice for someone who wants a personal development book that's not really about money and because a lot of people are like, well, that's not what I want. Exactly what he says, but
Right. It's overall growth.
Yeah. So it's not intimidating. I like that about it.
The one.
I think I want to ask you guys these questions. I want to hear what you guys have to think.
All right, you can ask me one. We'll see. We'll see.
Give me an answer. Kristen.
Okay. Phone a friend.
Yeah.
Why is it a problem to set a goal too low?
I'm trying to really.
Spotlight.
I would put
Yeah.
Think about you. Think about you. Like, what's a problem? Like, if you were to set a goal and it's too low, like kind of like what we were talking about. If it's too easy to.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good. It's not.
It's not super rewarding.
It's not an accomplishment. Yeah.
Right.
Just going back to what Ashley said, falling short on $1 million.
Is probably still more than 100,000.
Yeah, and everyone subpar targets are so I don't want to be like everyone else.
Another
thing, just do good enough. Why do you want to do just good enough?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to do just good enough. And I think another thing, people don't know their full potential. So it's they might set goals for themselves, but it's you have no idea what you can actually reach. So they lower their standards, when they should increase their standards, because if you just put your mind to it, you have no idea. You could be so much more, creative or better or successful than you really think. Yeah.
That is probably why I stuttered, because I never really set goals before. Ashley's always asking, what are your goals? I'm like, let me get back to you.
I was like, oh, what's your New Year's goals, guys? New Year's goals.
That's so but I like it because I would
quit my job. That's what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to quit my job.
That's a good one.
Yep. That would be cool.
I like it. We'll get you there.
Yeah, you will get there. Another thing I liked is page 9, paragraph 2. That's what I had written down. I'm like, I can't write this all down on my papers. I'm just gonna write.
Okay, let's
But why spend your life making only enough money to end up with not enough money? Or why work out in a gym only once a week just to get sore and never to see change in your body type? Or why get merely good at something when you know the marketplace only rewards excellence? Why work 8 hours a day at a job where no one recognizes you when you could be a superstar and perhaps even run or own the place? All these examples require energy only. Your 10x targets really pay off. But it's like all these things I can relate with. It's like I was working at that job and it's like I could help change this place around. I even emailed my regional manager. I'm like, I made him a PowerPoint and I'm like, there's so many things we can be doing to make this a better place. And it's like, they don't care. They don't do anything about it. So it's like, okay, let it crash and burn. I'm leaving. You know, it's like, don't waste your energy for this crappy place, you know, if they aren't seeing your true potential. Or like people are like, am I really worth $8 an hour? Am I really worth $15 an hour? Like, this is time you're talking about. And it's crazy that people, I mean, yes, we need jobs, we need doctors, we need these, you know, these positions filled, but it's like, do you really have to be there 12 hours a day? Like, because my wife, she's working right now, and when she works 12-hour nights, and it's like can we just do 4 hours? Like, there's enough jobs for everybody to do 4 hours. Like, I feel like that'd be better, but it's like, are you really worth only $10, $15 an hour? Like, you don't even get to vacation more than once a freaking year. That's pathetic. I just think it's so pathetic, you know? You work your whole year away to only vacation one freaking week, if that, and most people don't, you know, because they're like, I can't vacation. I got to use that pay for these extra bills that we're in debt because of blah, blah, blah. So that really stuck out. And then why work out in a gym only once a week just to get sore and never see a change? It's like, if you're not consistent, if you're not continually to work on it, if you're not continually putting the 10x, you know, amount in, it's like, I've been trying to gain weight forever, but it's like, I'm not going to do that if I'm not going to, you know, work out and gain my muscle where I need to gain it. It's like, I have to do it every day. And people are like, oh, I've been going to the gym for 2 years, I can take a break. No, do not take more than 3 days off, because it will just go all downhill from there. It's like, you got to maintain it. Yeah, so it's important to be consistent. And this thing, it says, a person who limits his or her potential success will limit what he or she will do to create it and keep it. Wait, didn't you say that, Tanya? Or
No.
yeah, but that's exactly.
What?
What?
I didn't say that.
I did earlier. Being able to keep it.
Nope.
I did.
I don't think I said that.
You did. Kristen did.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
It's all
Either live to accomplish your own goals and dreams, or oh man, this chopped and screwed. Go up with us.
Were you guys ever?
Should I keep us going?
Wait, were you guys ever in school and you had like a presentation or something, but you were like with your best friends, and then like for some reason you just couldn't stop laughing, and it's just like, you don't know what's wrong with you, but you love your life and your friends.
I used to get kicked out of class for laughing because I couldn't stop. Like, I would laugh so hard. I'd have to go the whole way. And the dinner table. I literally got kicked out of the dinner table for laughing too hard.
Oh, that's so funny.
But like, you can't stop. Like,
it's bad.
That's
like,
the best laugh ever. Literally, it's the best laugh ever.
It is. It's fun. It's a good time. It's a good time. We're all just having a good time. Okay.
Put that in our commercial.
Yep. Well, with a good time and good mentality. Mindset. So.
Oh.
All right. Continue.